This is the OIF Update, a weekly roundup of news and feature stories about troops serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I'm Army Sergeant Tom Conning. The gate is open, so Iraqi National Police and 5th Battalion 20th Infantry Regiment soldiers rush into the yard of a house in Abu Dashir in southern Baghdad. They move swiftly, clearing the yard as the owners come outside to find out what is going on. Soldiers and police separate the occupants of the house and go inside to clear the rooms. With the rooms cleared, Alpha Team Leader Sergeant Robert Garrard, his team, and the police begin searching the house.
We got intel of rockets being held in the house, so we're going to go do a search and seizure looking for these rockets or the possible team that fires the rockets.
The first house is empty, so the soldiers and police move on to another house. They repeat knocking, clearing, and searching.
We actually didn't find anything. We searched 3 buildings. All of them came out empty.
Less than an hour after they searched the first house, the soldiers and police finish. No rockets or insurgents today, but they know at least that part of the neighborhood is clear. The 6th Iraqi Army Division officially assumed responsibility for security in Mahmudiyah, Yusufiyah, and Lutafiyah south of Baghdad after a transfer of authority ceremony this week. 2nd Brigade Combat Team 101st Airborne Division transferred control of over 300 square kilometers of land. These Iraqi soldiers are also contributing to the communities with humanitarian and civic assistance, which includes providing security for construction, along with physically helping to rebuild schools. Elsewhere, insurgents hide themselves amongst Iraqi civilians in order to avoid detection. Specialist Jesse Belford has the story of one group of soldiers whose job is to hunt those people down.
Members of Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 20th Infantry Regiment, walk past a house with its lights on in Abu Dashir while conducting a night patrol. Everything looks normal, but the soldiers know that looks can be deceiving. They also know the house is abandoned and terrorists have recently used it as a hideout. The troops removed a body the previous day. There is no reason the lights should be on, so they decide to search it. Bravo Team Leader Army Sergeant Charles Crawford says anything can happen when the troops go in.
You have your plan, you rehearse your plan, and then once you hit that door, it's all what if.
Soldiers break down the front door and search the house one room at a time while another team secures the surrounding streets. Gunfire erupts a few blocks away, ratcheting everyone's nerves. Platoon Leader 2nd Lieutenant Kyle Packard assesses the situation.
Well, as a platoon leader, I have to think bigger picture. I have to think about not what's going on in the house, but what's going on in the house, outside the house, and around the house.
Lieutenant Packard decides the gunfire was not directed at the troops, and except for some drugs, the house was empty. So, the soldiers load up the strikers and continue hunting for insurgents. From Abu Dashir, I'm Specialist Jesse Belford.
Meanwhile, Operation Together Forward continues as Iraqi and coalition forces sweep through Baghdad clearing buildings, looking for insurgents and weapons caches. Iraqi security forces conducted a raid in southern Baghdad, capturing a known terrorist cell leader and one of his subordinates. The cell leader is a former Ba'ath Party member. ISF conducted the raid without incident. As the push to secure Baghdad continues, coalition soldiers also continue to work side by side with Iraqi police to help them with this mission. Captain Jonathan Sharoma reports IPs use realistic training to simulate what might happen when the police encounter contact.
A bomb has gone off, gunfire has erupted, and hostages have been taken within a building. Iraqi police must now respond, and they must respond quickly. After months and months of training, these IPs are incorporating the skills and tactics they have learned from soldiers and U.S. civilian police officers within the 49th Military Police Brigade. Considering the situation in Baghdad, this is as close as it gets to the real thing for these Iraqi police. International Police Liaison Officer Ben Jackson says Iraqi police are definitely making progress.
They're getting better. The longer we work with them, the more training we give them, they're getting better. They have the knowledge. They just haven't had a lot of experience actually putting that knowledge to use, boots on the ground.
I'm Captain Jonathan Sharoma for the 49th MP Brigade, Baghdad, Iraq.
And as security continues to be an issue, there will need to be an increase in security forces. That's why Iraqi police in Fallujah recently recruited nearly 200 local Iraqis who want to become police officers in the Euphrates River Valley. The new recruits will join 700 others and leave within the week to attend a 2-month training course offered by the Baghdad Police and Jordanian International Police Training Colleges. These colleges teach the basics of police work. Upon completion, the new recruits will join 7,000 other officers that the Iraqi government has trained. And that's the OIF Update. From Camp Victory in Baghdad, I'm Army Sergeant Tom Conning for the Multinational Corps Iraq Public Affairs Office.